Emmanuel Macron will need an economic miracle to keep France out of Marine Le Pen's hands, a world-leading expert has claimed. The coronavirus crisis is proving to be a challenging test for many leaders around the globe. While New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has been showered with praise for her master-class response to the pandemic, many have seen their ratings dramatically drop and could soon be fighting for their survival. This is the case of French President Emmanuel Macron, whose popularity has waned. In July, Mr. Macron's approval rating dropped to 38% from 39% in June, and according to European affairs journalist Paul Taylor, his hopes for re-election in 2022 are incredibly slim. Mr. Taylor, who is also a senior fellow at the think tank Friends of Europe, argued that while the young, centrist leader may have triumphed on the European stage by convincing Germany to embrace joint borrowing to power a giant EU recovery fund, at home, he now faces a tough crowd. Meanwhile, far-right leader Marine Le Pen is waiting in the wings, ready to exploit a wave of public anger over unemployment and living standards should Macron stumble. Mr. Taylor wrote, "Despite massive government spending on furlough measures to cushion the immediate shock of a 2-month nationwide lockdown, the French economy has been among the hardest hit in Europe. The European Commission is forecasting a 10.6% slump in French output this year, only slightly less steep than in Italy and Spain. The Bank of France expects a 9% recession. Even with a big rebound next year, gross domestic product is unlikely to return to its pre-crisis level before the April 2022 presidential election, and the specter of mass unemployment is back." In his piece for Politico, Mr. Taylor also noted that crisis spending is set to raise France's public debt, already at 100% of GDP before the pandemic, to more than 120%. Mr. Macron said the additional, COVID debt, would be corralled in a separate account and paid down over the very long term, but while financing debt is not a problem for France, it will give Mr. Macron little scope for maneuver. Mr. Taylor conceded that whatever path he chooses will be the result of difficult economic choices, before adding that if the world's sixth-largest economy is truly going to get back on a sound footing, it will need a completely new model.